Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show on WUAT AM 1110 radio station and Channel 18 Valley TV, and also YouTube. You can check us out on YouTube. Every new episode, actually every episode period, is on YouTube. All 100 and how many, Allie? Do we know?
29.
All 129 episodes on YouTube.
If they ever sue YouTube, do we have to pay anything?
No.
All these big companies are doing things they shouldn't do.
Yeah, and you're right about that.
If YouTube is doing it, we may be liable.
You could be right about that.
I keep a record of everything I say. I can prove it in court.
That's right. That's smart. That's smart. We got a few announcements.
Let's go.
Radio listeners, this one's for you. September, well, whatever tomorrow is, September 7th. Okay, I do not like this microphone.
7th.
Anyway, September 7th, tomorrow, is the September Cruise In. I think it might be the last one, folks. I'm almost certain of it. So you need to come out and check it out. If you haven't been to any of the cruise ins this summer, you need to do so. It's a great event that they have the first Saturday of every month. And this is the last one for this year. And that also means that the farmers market will be open at 4 as well. 4 to 7. And there's music on Main. There'll be another concert on the Main Street stage. That all happens tomorrow, folks, right here in downtown Pikeville. And this is a biggie. We're both involved in this one.
Oh.
It's the annual Pikeville Bledsoe County Fall Festival.
Oh, yeah.
It'll take place on Saturday, October the 5th. This mic's driving me crazy, Papa. Anyway, sorry, folks. Getting a little agitated here. But anyway, it's picking me up, though, so whatever. Stay right there, then. Anyway, it's the, I think, 30th annual Fall Festival. According to Fall Festival Committee Chairman John Cranwell, who will be a guest on our show, I think, next week to talk about the Fall Festival.
He'll give us some details.
Yeah. He says the mission is to celebrate the harvest season and to offer residents and visitors alike the opportunity to come together and enjoy a day of family fun, great music, good food, arts and crafts, and other activities that will showcase and promote Pikeville and Bledsoe County and foster community spirit. The festival will kick off Friday morning, October the 4th, with the Fall Creek Falls Golf tournament that they have each year. And that will be that Friday morning, as I said. Every golfer will receive a bag of golfing goodies and enjoy lunch, while exciting prizes will be awarded to the top 2 teams in each flight. Prizes will also be awarded to the winners of a putting contest and 2 closest to the hole winners. Farm Bureau Agent Matt Massingale, one of our sponsors. Appreciate it, Matt. He is personally sponsoring a $25,000 cash prize for the hole-in-one contest during the tournament. Way to go, Matt. On Friday evening, the Main Street Committee is hosting their last cruise-in. Okay, well, that just undoes everything I just said.
You did agree with that, didn't you?
Okay, so tomorrow's cruise-in is not the last one. This will be the last one in October. I love it when that happens, don't you? Anyway, so the last cruise-in will be that weekend as well, and music on Main. And that will cap off a very successful summer program. That's true. The Fall Festival begins Saturday morning with opening ceremonies at 9:30 a.m., featuring the invocation by Bobby Collier, the national anthem sung by the BCHS choir, and the presentation of flags. New and exciting games, activities, and giveaways planned for this year's festival begin at 10 a.m. The Kids Corner features activities and games with prizes and a kid-friendly mechanical bull ride, plus an 18-foot waterless inflatable slide. Cool, I like that.
Waterless.
It does say that. It does say that. Okay. I don't get that, but I guess we'll find out.
I bet you can slide without it.
I guess you can. Both of which will require a signed waiver by a parent or guardian. There'll be a football toss game with a chance to win a signed UT football. And there'll be a dunk tank event. This is where I come in.
I'm glad they didn't ask me.
I bet you are. The dunk tank event is called Dunk a Dude. Dunk a Dude. And the dudes include Billy Bridges, yours truly, Andy Billingsley, school board member, Coach Thomas DeGennaro, Howard Upchurch, and County Mayor Greg Ridley. A kids' corral will be set up on the lawn behind the courthouse featuring baby chicks, lambs, and a miniature horse, all for children to pet. They can pet them, that's good. A children's bike and 8 backpacks will be given away in a drawing every hour starting at 11 a.m. and lasting until 4 p.m. I like that. 5. It's a lot, ain't it?
Wow. 5
Wow, that's right. No, I don't know about...
You said give away every hour?
Well, I mean...
A bike and...
Well, we'll say according to this. Don't blame us if that's not what happens. But according to this, that is. And 8 backpacks. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I did.
The winner of the hole-in-one contest, designed by the staff at Fall Creek Falls Golf Course, will win a $250 cash prize. The Fall Festival Committee is sponsoring a contest featuring guessing the number of apples in the bed of a vintage truck displayed on Main Street, and that also includes a $250 cash prize for the winner. We can do that.
All this money.
I know. We're going to be guessing them apples, Papa.
I'll eat one.
We're going to be filming at this event, by the way, so you can come down there and talk to me and Papa if you'd like. We're going to be filming, and they're going to be filming me in the dunk tank. Yay. Can't wait.
When is this now? September the what?
September the nothing. It's October the 4th and 5th.
Oh, this October.
Yes. Apple pie and pumpkin pie baking contests are also featured with monetary prizes for first, second, and third in each category. There'll also be a quilt display and a live spinning wheel demonstration. The Pikeville Fire Department will display a fire safety house, and Trooper Harmon from the Tennessee Highway Patrol, he'll be bringing interactive safety zone displays and information. A vintage tractor display can be viewed on Cumberland Avenue near Ember's Ice Cream Shop. Well, it's right here at the radio station. And the Velo Bike Tour will also be taking place the morning of the festival. That's good. Health booths and screenings will be hosted by Erlanger and Cumberland Medical Center. Information booths including a Fall Creek Falls display with all the new and exciting plans featured at the park will be located on Main Street alongside the Chamber of Commerce booth. That will offer brochures about local attractions and be selling the Fall Festival t-shirts. Live performers on the Main Street stage will include the BCHS Choir, Diamond Elite Dance Group, and a musical puppet show. Contest winners will be announced on this stage as well. Musicians performing for the South Stage at the intersection of Main and Cranwell Street include Emily and Jacob Frady, the Grandview Mountain Pickers, True Grit, the 9th Street Stompers, I like that name, and Carrie Hassler and her band. Numerous acts and craft vendors will be set up during the festival, and food options will include Morgan's Brothers Barbecue, the Farmhouse Chandelier Cafe, Scotty's, another sponsor, Ember's Ice Cream Shop, among others. Wow. The annual Glow Run event also, that's a biggie. The annual Glow Run event will begin at 7 p.m. Saturday night of the festival and will conclude in time for Carrie Hassler to sing God Bless America as the fireworks display begins. This is going to be a big event,
it's going
folks.
to be packed.
It is, and it should be. It should be. You better have a dang good excuse if you're not there, is the way I look at it. We have to support these events, folks, if we want events to happen. That's just the way it is. We got to step up and support it.
That makes sense.
The committee members are Roberta Smith, Jerry Nelson, Betty Rennick, Suzanne Fulmer, Heather Poston, Sharon Cranwell, Dion and Belinda Alt, Agnes Simpson, Barbara Davis, Kristen Angel, Ethan Lloyd, Melissa and Jason Rill, and Mayor Winky Cagle. Dr. Crandall also states the Fall Festival would never have been able to make this year's annual Fall Festival special in every way were it not for the support we had received from many generous local businesses and sponsors located right here in Pikeville, Bledsoe County, and up and down the valley. Their generous support and in-kind offers of assistance have helped us build a program that will ensure future festivals will have the resources and infrastructure necessary to put on this festival for years to come and give Pikeville and Bledsoe County something to be proud of. We are all hopeful for good things to come our way in the future months and years. And lastly, go to pikevillefestivals.com for more information and regular updates. And you can also follow us on Facebook. Now that's one heck of an announcement right there.
That hole in one, $25,000.
And I've got a cold. I apologize. I've got a bad cold.
No, there
Runny
are
nose, sore throat, you
there are
name
no
it.
good ones.
No, you're
There
right.
are no good ones. But let me tell you about the hole in one.
I'm just hoping my nose isn't running here on TV.
A golfer took an extra pair of pants with him, and his other 3 men in the foursome said, "Why are you bringing an extra pair of pants?"
Uh-huh.
He said, "It's in case I get a hole in one."
That's pretty good. Before we start trivia, I'm going to go ahead and do the sponsors. We want to thank all the following sponsors. We've done mention Scotty's and Farm Bureau. Thanks to them. Dr. Lee, Pikeville Family Dentistry, Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilberry Insurance. We always say go see Frank, Susan, and you can never forget about Sadie. Can't ever forget about Sadie.
Sadie didn't bark at me the other day. I went in there.
That's good.
Did not bark.
That's good. She likes us.
She's getting more acceptable of me.
The Loom, our next door neighbor. The Farmhouse Cafe and Gifts right behind us here at WUAT. Great food, by the way. And the offices of Emma Boynton, Michael Walker, and Lisa Wheeler, and also our newest sponsor, Stars. And we will be filming at Stars, I think, in a couple of weeks. So be sure to stay tuned for that episode.
Right.
All right, Papa, it is time for trivia.
Some trivia. I just happen to have a few.
I figured you would.
But these are not necessarily for you. These are for the people that want to look the answer up on their phones.
I don't get to have that luxury. But I'll give it my best shot.
The couple that were on the I Love Lucy show, the Good Friends, what were their names?
Oh, Ethel, is that the woman's name?
Ethel is the name of the woman.
Fred the man?
Fred's the man.
Oh, okay.
What's their last name?
Mertz.
Well, you're good.
Okay.
This happened back in 1949.
Thank God for reruns.
Okay. I knew there had to be some reason you knew this.
Yeah.
Archie Bunker's wife's name.
Edith.
Edith.
Hey, Archie. You want a beer?
She had a voice, didn't she?
She did.
She had a voice.
She did, for
and
sure.
she just went around everywhere. I believe she's afraid of her husband.
Probably.
Everybody ought to be afraid of him. The Lone Ranger's Indian partner's name.
Oh,
Did you ever see any reruns of the Lone Ranger?
Lifeline. What is his flipping name?
It's an
Poncho.
Indian. Close. Tonto.
Dang it!
Poncho is Mexican.
I was thinking Poncho and Lefty. That's a song.
But Tonto's horse's name was Scout.
Oh, and you've talked about this, but
Well, the Lone Ranger's horse was white. Silver was his name.
Silver.
Okay, what's the crime called if they catch you for burning down a building in town?
Arson.
Arson.
Not a very smart crime to commit, folks.
You know what? Some people
Really hard to get away with that, so don't try it.
Some people have done it just because they wanted to see.
I know people that have actually done it for that reason, and I know people that done it to be a hero. They were setting the fires, but they would be the first at the scene.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Isn't it smart of those that can catch them, though?
Yeah, I mean, because that's not normal, obviously, to do that. So you'd have to think outside the box a little bit to figure it out.
So you got to be a good detective.
Absolutely.
Okay, 1974 hit blank Home, Alabama.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Sweet Home, Alabama.
Now, when you said
That was in
1974, I thought,
1974
oh
though.
God. But yeah, that's a classic.
Covered with plastic as an ID card. What do you call the process to get it covered with plastic? It's called a certain process to cover your ID or
Lemonade?
Laminate, right.
Yeah, laminate.
Well, they can do that for you down at the...
Thank you, Lifeline, because I was not thinking about that at all.
Okay. I'm thinking of a hummingbird or another kind of a machine. What is it that can hang in mid... What do you call it when they hang in midair?
They
Like
hover.
a hummingbird. Hover?
Or...
Hover,
Is
that's
that
it.
right?
Yeah.
That was a guess. I thought it might be right, but that was a straight up guess.
A helicopter can hover.
Yeah, that's right. That's
A hummingbird can hover.
right. It can hover over you.
All right. What's if you hear the word slammer, they put you in the slammer wherever they put you.
Oh, jail, prison.
Jail,
Mhm.
slammer.
Yeah.
You don't hear that very often anymore.
The slammer, yeah.
But I can remember.
That's what they used to call it, though, yeah.
I was we were having a game one night with the family down at our house, probe, and I spelled hoosgal. And everybody wanted to know what a hoosgal was. When they got all my letters turned over, they said, "What's a hoosgal?"
Yeah.
I said, "That's another name for jail."
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're right
Okay.
about that.
If you place a wager at the racetrack, what have you done?
Made a bet.
You made a bet.
Okay.
I bet this horse wins or that horse wins.
I'd like to try it, but I'd end up losing money. I guarantee you that.
I never did bet on anything. O'Neal
Shaquille.
of Hoop. I didn't even have to say what profession.
Shaq.
That's the only one you knew. That was the only one you knew.
First one that come to mind.
There was a Patricia O'Neal that was an actress,
Okay.
and she has some kind of a... Roy Davis went there to the Patricia O'Neal facility to learn how to deal with his wife when she had that aneurysm.
Oh, okay.
Patricia O'Neal. Okay. Fairy tale word. A fairy tale begins, but this is the second word. Once
Upon a time.
upon a time.
Yeah.
All fairy tales begin that way. Right?
Yeah, they do.
Once
They do.
upon a time.
And they usually live happily ever after in the end.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it gets so
I guess
bleak.
that's what makes them fairy tales. They can't be dark, you know.
Because in real life, you don't always...
No.
They don't always ride off into the sunset and live happily ever after.
No.
Sometimes somebody shoots them in the back. Okay, next to last one. Okay, if you're a pirate and you conceal your treasure that you've robbed off the boat, what do you do with it?
Hide it.
Okay, but
Bury it.
Bury it. Bury
Okay.
it. You don't hide it, you bury it.
That's true.
That's hiding it, but that's what they do. They go somewhere and they bury it. Now, then
Buried treasures.
Then they make a pirate's treasure map.
Yeah,
How to get back to it.
that's right. That's right.
Okay, what is the killer whale's name?
Orca.
For orca. What species of fish is an orca?
Dolphin.
Very good. I'm proud of you. It's
You thought that one
it's called a
tripped me
killer
up.
whale,
Well, they can kill.
but they are a dolphin in the
Yeah.
dolphin family.
They're a very violent dolphin, aren't they?
I think they're the most vicious species in the ocean.
They actually are. I mean, they even can kill sharks. I mean, they're
I saw
they're
this
vicious.
happen. I saw this happen on television. The orca spotted the flat bottom fish, the flat fish that has the stingray on its back. The
Oh, the
spike.
stingray?
Yeah, and it wanted to get that fish to eat, but they knew that spike that
Right.
it could kill them, And it showed that orca going down slowly and catching the stinger in its mouth and picking the fish up so that his partner could grab it.
Oh, that's smart.
Smart.
That's
We would call them
smart.
dumb animals.
No, I never
I
do
saw
because
it
they're
on
not.
television.
Animals are very intelligent, actually.
Well, yeah.
It surprises me sometimes.
The average predator that eats its meal has been successul 1 out of 10 tries.
I'm sure.
1 out of 10 tries.
And they have to figure things out to do
Well,
it.
a lot of the things that they want to eat have to be faster than them.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they have to work hard.
They have to work hard.
Very hard. Especially when they're fast. Yeah.
And the hawk, when it gets ready to grab its prey, it's dropping at 200 miles an hour.
Goodness.
And if they miss,
That
they
would
just hit the
hurt.
ground.
Yeah. That would not be good.
That's all of trivia.
That would be terrible.
It would.
Okay, we'll do sports of all sorts and then go to a break before Albertology.
Sports of all sorts. All right. Football.
Football. I don't even want to talk about
I don't
it.
want to talk about last Saturday.
No.
But Mark Wiedmer.
Embarrassing.
Mark
Terrible.
Wiedmer on Sunday. These are some of the words that I read.
Oh, wow.
This Tennessee team is number 123. And for the opening game of the season, out of a 102,000 seat stadium, we had 85,000. So that
It'll
told
be
you
even
something.
less now.
Well, okay. You don't expect that many to come this week, do you? But I mean, that's how many did not show up. From
I know.
85 to 102.
Yeah.
That's
gonna get-
17,000 people.
That's going to drop, I have a feeling.
But here's
gonna
what
drop.
Mark Wiedmer had in his article. Sean Elliott was the name of the opposing coach for Georgia State.
Oh, okay.
Here's what he said. We were in better physical condition. We wore them down in the trenches. We pushed them around up front.
That's so ridiculous.
We outplayed the Tennessee Vols today.
Well, he's right.
Now
I mean,
listen,
it's hard to argue with
remember, Mark Wiedmer said this is team number 123. Georgia State has been playing for 10 years.
that. Oh, my God. Oh,
And
my
last season,
God.
they won 2 games out of 12.
Are they even Division One?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, my God.
Their quarterback, and who happened to have a pretty good game, he said, we had a 2% chance of winning. 2%. Tennessee was favored by 26 points.
That may be the worst loss in school history.
This is what our coach, Mr. Pruitt, said
Yeah, I can't
after
wait
the
to hear
game's
this.
over. The best team out there won today. The best team. He said Georgia State had a better team than he did. Duh. Georgia State had a better team than Tennessee did.
I don't think so, Jeremy
He said
Pruitt.
today.
Oh,
today.
okay. Yeah.
And then he said he insulted himself. He said they outcoached us.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's bad.
That's real bad.
Don't you know that Jeremy Pruitt makes 15 times more money than Sean Elliott makes?
I know.
And he said they outcoached us.
That's why they shouldn't make so much money.
Georgia State
ridiculous.
rushed the ball 213 yards. We got 93.
Yeah, our running game's been horrible lately.
It was non-existent. He said we played all week listening to Rocky Top real loud. We didn't have to hear it much today. And even though the score was 38-30, the game was not that close.
No.
No, that's not indicative of how well we played.
No.
Get beat only 8 points.
In Knoxville.
The 2 people I felt most sorry for after that contest was Jeremy Pruitt having to go in front of the TV cameras and do a television show.
Yeah.
To face Vol Nations. I wonder how many people tuned in to hear what he had to say. The second
I don't
person
know.
I
I
felt
don't know
sorry
on
for was Phil Fulmer for hiring him.
I know. Because I don't think they can't go much longer at this pace. They can't.
Well,
He better pull off a miracle or he's gone.
4-8 and 5-7, and you're
It's
hoping.
not going to work.
Okay.
Fans are beyond tired of it.
Georgia beat Vanderbilt. Alabama beat Duke.
Yeah.
Ole Miss let Memphis
beat them. Yeah.
South Carolina got beat by North Carolina.
That's not a big upset there.
Mississippi State won, Arkansas won, Kentucky won, Auburn won, LSU won, Texas A&M won, Missouri lost.
So
Missouri
three
and
lost.
South Carolina and
Or four.
Tennessee and
Ole Miss.
four out of 14. Well, that's about all I got.
That is embarrassing.
Pathetic. It's pathetic.
It really is.
And you know what? They've got us favored to win Saturday.
Who? BYU? No.
They've got us favored to win.
I hope we do, but I wouldn't bet money on Tennessee ever. They are too inconsistent.
We'll have to wait and see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, baseball. The Dodgers and the Braves are still on top. The Braves are increasing their lead. They have grown to an 8-game lead.
Mm-hmm.
The Dodgers have dropped down to 18-game lead.
Big whoop. That's not going to make a difference. They're not going to get caught, Papa.
In baseball, Justin Verlander pitched his third no-hitter in his career. Sandy Koufax pitched 4. Cy Young and Bob Feller both had 3. And Nolan Ryan had 7. 7 no-hitters in his career.
It's amazing.
That's amazing. In basketball, I
That
never
really
could find
is.
out what our Lady Vols did on that tour, 3-game tour in Europe.
Oh, I think they destroyed everybody.
They won by 48 points on average on all 3. So you can't really tell what we're going to have.
No, because those teams aren't that great.
But they've released their schedule now, and I think we have our first game in November the 7th, I think.
The big news with their schedule, did you see one particular team on there?
Connecticut.
The return of UConn, Tennessee. They play again this year.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
That didn't happen this year. That schedule is done.
They worked it out last year.
It's already been worked
Well,
out.
Holly Warlick is the one that agreed to it. Can you imagine a Holly Warlick coach team playing UConn?
I can't imagine Tennessee playing UConn.
Especially with her as coach.
But I think
Now, Kelly Jolly, I think, might be the real deal, though.
I think we're going. She was at Missouri for 6 years before she came here, so she's got her feet wet.
She did, and she made it to the Sweet 16 with them.
And she's got some Tennessee blood in her.
Exactly.
She played for some darn good teams and a heck of a good coach.
She sure did.
Some of that had to rub off on her.
I'm sure. I mean, she's a 3-time national champion.
Yeah, I say it's got to show up somewhere down the road.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
She played with legendary players too. You know, Catchings and Hostclaw.
Well,
that was Tennessee at its finest.
I'm hopeful that she'll be able to recruit that type of player.
I hope so too. Because I'll tell you, we haven't had it since Candace Parker left. We have not had it.
You cannot build a championship team with that championship blood in the player.
You're right.
It's got to be in them.
Yeah. But Parker's the last really go-to player we've had. I can't think of nobody else.
Like I say, you got to have somebody you can build your franchise on.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's quarterback in football or it's the spark plug on that basketball team.
That's
you got to
right.
have somebody that is the go-to player.
That's exactly right.
Okay, tennis.
Yeah, Serena Williams is in the finals.
Serena's in the finals. Number 24. She's on the brink.
She really is. And this is the best she's looked since she's come back from having a baby. This is the best she's looked.
You know what? My advice to her is don't have any more babies.
I know. Exactly, because it's been hard to come back. But now she's kind of dominating like she did in her prime. It's been very impressive.
Well, some of the others have kind of gone by the wayside.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have figured Osaka would already been out.
No. No, she lost in the 4th round.
But now, don't you think the 3 men will still be?
Well, on the men's side, the only one left of the big 3 is Rafael Nadal. Djokovic and Federer both lost in the quarterfinals. Can you believe that? Federer had a little bit of a back issue. Djokovic just got a wrist issue going on and a shoulder injury.
I think I read about that.
And he was losing, but he couldn't even finish.
Called it.
Yeah, he couldn't even finish the match. Now Federer did play it out. I'll give him that, but it was very clear that he wasn't at his best.
No. Well, one more note on football. Last night, the 100th season in the NFL opened.
Yeah.
The Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears opened the season 100.
Who won?
I don't know.
I don't know. It was just preseason.
I didn't stay. No.
No, that's right.
The season opened last night.
Go Steelers.
We'll have to wait and see about the Steelers now.
I know. I hope they win it all. It's been a few years. It's time. Come on, Big Ben. It's time. It's time.
He's not ready to hang it up yet, is he?
No, I think he wants one more. He's got 2. I think he wants one more. And I hope he gets it this
might
year.
Be the year.
I hope so. I
That's
hope
it for
anybody besides the dang New England Patriots win that Super Bowl. I'm so tired of New England. It's ridiculous. Is Brady ever going to retire? Because I sure hope so. I know New England fans don't want him to, but everybody else can't wait.
As long as he's on the field, there is a chance.
I know.
I read this on one of the walls down there at school yesterday. It said, as long as you can grit your teeth and show determination, you've got a chance.
That's true. I mean, it's true. Okay, well, that's it for sports. Coming up after the break, it's time for some good old Albertology, Papa.
I'm ready.
That's coming up next right here on the Albert and Billy Show. Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show here on WUAT AM 1110 and Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. Can't never let them forget YouTube. We are joined by a familiar face. He was one of the many guests we had on our Farmers Market episode, and we brought him back. Mr. Evan of Evans Plants is here. So, let's have a visitor. I don't know. But anyway, Evan, obviously, you guys notice there is a huge squash in front of us.
How did you know that was a squash?
Well, I mean, it's not that hard.
Well, when I first saw it, I thought gourd.
Oh, well, yeah, I can see that. I could see that too. But I didn't think he was going to be here to talk about a gourd, so I assumed it had to be squash.
Oh, gourds are not edible and squash is?
Yeah.
Gourds are not edible, are they?
I have no idea. I honestly have
asked you a question you couldn't answer? Way to go, Albert.
I don't blame you. I don't know nothing about him either, Evan. The Evan was part of the Farmers Market episode. You saw him on there talking about Evan's Plants, right? That's what it's called,
yes.
Correct? So he's back with us today, and he's going to talk about this monster squash that we have in front of us, and he's going to tell us some other things as well. So Evan, first off though, let's hear about this squash that weighs 14 pounds and 1 ounce.
Oh, it weighs 14 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
It's going to make a lot of squash relish.
All right, take it away, Evan.
The squash's name is called the North Georgia Candy Roaster Squash.
Okay.
And it was grown by the Cherokee Indians in the early
I'll let you hold that, Mr. Evan, for the radio listeners.
Early 1800s.
Early 1800s in Georgia, Tennessee, and North Carolina.
Cool.
When planting them, plant the seeds about 1 inch deep.
Just one inch?
That's all for a monster like this? Wow.
If you leave one, they will be ready to be eaten in about 90 days.
What is that, about
3 months?
That's 3 months. Okay.
Yes. And if you leave 1 inch of stem on the squash, it will keep growing for 6 more months.
Cool. Didn't know
They can grow up to 30 inches long and weigh more than 20 pounds. The squash I brought
insane.
today
Wow.
weighs 14 pounds, 1 ounce, and is 28 inches long and 19 inches around.
Wow.
And so when did you plant the plant?
Yeah, when was this big boy planted? Do you remember?
No.
I think about 3 months ago.
How long
I guess.
has it been? How long has it been picked?
Yeah, how long have you guys had this? Or just guess?
About half a month.
Okay. So you've not had it all that long.
So
correct?
it's ready for consumption.
Yes.
Papa, you could make some good squash relish with this.
I'm thinking along those lines, but it's candy. It's sweet. That candy in the name
Oh, North
suggests
Georgia candy
it's
roll.
sweet.
Okay.
And I think some of the directions already given me by his grandfather.
Yes.
Bake it in the oven. Get rid of all the seeds because the seeds are like watermelon seeds.
Oh, really?
And so you would
Okay.
cut it in about a 1/4 inch thick, and you could put it on a pan in the oven and bake it about 30 minutes, he said, on 400 degrees. Or you could put it in a pan on top of the stove and put a little oil in the pan and cook it on top of the stove.
Cool.
Maybe
But-
we'll feature it on Kim's Kitchen.
You should.
Oh,
You should.
wow.
That's a good idea,
Yeah.
Papa. I want to see you cook that bad boy.
Well, we're going to cut it. I'm going to give her half of it, and I'm going to take the other half. Thanks to Evan, he's giving us the whole.
Goodness.
How much? Now you're giving
there's an
this.
ant.
You're giving this to Allie and myself. Billy gets none.
I'm not a
let-
big squash person, so I'm not going to cry over it, but it's pretty cool.
Were
looking.
you to sell this at the market over here, do you have any idea what it would bring monetarily? How much money could you get out of that? You're giving it away. I'm not going to pay you. But were you to sell that? 14 pounds?
So blind.
How many dollars would you ask me for that?
Yeah, if you were selling it, what's a roundabout price you think it'd go for? Just your opinion.
$6 or $7.
$6 or $7. I think that's pretty fair because
For that big?
squash is $1.79 at Save-A-Lot.
Yeah. Okay.
$2 something a pound at Piggly Wiggly. So if that's 14 pounds,
That's very fair.
you're talking maybe $20 or $30 at a retail price.
Well, yeah.
So thank you for
Yeah, that's a
$7.
very fair price, Evan. Anything else about?
let us say thank you,
Squash,
by the way.
Thank you, even though I'm not getting any. Thank you, Evan. Papa and Allie
There
appreciate
isn't too
it.
many things other about the squash
Okay.
that we know of.
Right. Tell us a little bit about Evan's plants, though.
I remember one that you had over here at the market, the Rose of Sharon.
Yeah.
The trees.
Yeah, you had some trees. Tell us about that, Evan.
Maple trees. I remember seeing some.
Oh,
maple
he's
trees.
got
I'll
a
be-
list here. Yeah, let's hear it.
Next year, I'm selling Rose of Sharon's,
You got a
purple, pink, and white.
and that's a Rose of Sharon, everyone.
That's
There's-
biblical, Billy. You remember me telling
I'm
you
These are
going to be
not.
selling 2 new plants, the burning bush and the snowball bush.
Oh, the
Wow.
snowball is popular. They're all over town.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And everything will be $3 next year.
Okay.
$3.
And right now, I'm only selling the Roses of Sharon,
Okay.
all 3 colors,
Right.
daylilies, hidden chicks, blue hydrangea, white hydrangeas, and maple trees.
Okay, I'm gonna say it slow for everybody. So you're gonna be selling daylilies.
That's popular.
Yes.
Okay.
Daylilies.
Hen and chicks.
Yes.
Patricia had a hen and chicks at her home.
What is a hen and chicks?
It's a little plant. It's flower.
Okay.
Is that what you call it, a flower, don't you?
No, it's it's part of the cactus family.
Oh, it's in the
It's
cactus.
a cactus.
And it's a succulent. And the best way to grow them is just put them in a big pot,
Yeah,
leave
she
them
had
out,
hers.
leave them outside, and then just forget about them.
She took them with her down to the house she moved at down there, Mr. Reed's.
Okay.
She had, and then of course the maple tree. We got maples in our yard.
Oh, that's great. That
We
you sell
had
them.
hydrangea, blue one, but it died right by our
A blue hydrangea, is how you say it?
hydrangea.
Hydrangea.
Hydrangea?
Hydrangea.
Blue hydrangea
But now
and
I-
a white hydrangea.
I've not seen the white, but the blue is. I think the blue's most popular color.
Is
but
that
this-
true?
I have no idea.
Well, which one do you sell the most of?
I know you know that answer. If you don't, just guess. Blue or white? Blue or white?
Probably blue, but I don't know.
Okay.
It could be white.
It has to be one or the other. Would
But
you
I'm
sell
pretty
many?
sure-
Do you sell many snowball bushes?
We have not started selling them yet. We
Oh,
will
you
next
haven't.
year.
This
Gotcha.
is next
So-
year.
No, I understand.
Well, they're very popular. If you drive around town, you won't see it. Well, you see some hydrangeas, but I would dare say
so
you'd
I
see
don't
more
know.
snowballs than you will hydrangeas.
Now,
I have no idea what a hydrangea is. Are they
Next-
popular, Evan? Hydrangeas? Because I don't know I don't know if I've ever saw one.
I'll drive around town, and if I find one, I'll come and get you and take you and let you see.
You
it.
do that. We'll go on
Really?
the blue hydrangea tour.
really, our best selling is the hen and chicks.
The
Is
best
it?
sellers, they're
I would never guess that.
It doesn't even have to be an hour, and we're already out of hen and chicks.
Really?
whoa.
So we literally have to bring extras. Sometimes we even have to go back home just to get more hen and chicks.
Wow.
So next time you need to bring more to begin with.
And we're completely sold out. The only
really?
hen and chicks we have are the chicks. We don't,
Wow.
and we aren't going to be selling the mother plants because we need the
gotta have
mother
those.
plants to create the chicks. And without the chicks,
That makes sense, Billy.
That
You got to have the
does.
hens
can't have
before you
the
can have the
hens.
chicks.
That's true. That's true. I totally agree with that. You setting up at the farmer's market tomorrow?
we might not.
Right. Okay. Okay. Fair
Most
enough.
likely we will.
Okay.
Why I wasn't here last time,
Uh huh.
it was because, well, I overslept. Basically, I didn't wake up in time.
There's nothing like being honest.
I love
There's
it.
nothing
I
like
love
being
it.
honest.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with oversleeping. You're a kid. Oversleep.
Well, let me
while
ask you
can.
this. Are you homeschooled?
No.
Where do you attend school?
I try to attend to school every day,
Where?
but
Yeah. What school do you go to? Is what he's meaning.
Mary V. Wheeler.
oh, you're
Oh,
on this
okay.
mountain, Mary
Okay.
V. Wheeler.
Yes.
That's
So you're
good.
at-
Also try every day.
I do too.
Why is there a gnat on me?
Did Nat get on you? Dang Nat. Well, anything else you want to tell us, old buddy, about Evan's plants?
Next year we will have a banner.
You have a banner?
We have made a banner,
Cool.
and we are going to put it up next year.
And it'll say Evan's plants on it?
Yes, and just yes,
Okay.
and just because we just put a little dinosaur in the corner.
Did you?
Just because?
I have a feeling that
dinosaurs.
I have a feeling that was for you.
Yeah.
Do you like dinosaurs?
Yes.
Do you?
I do like dinosaurs.
How old do you think I am, Evan? Look at me and tell me how old you think I am.
I have no idea.
That's the
I'm a
best answer
substitute
you can
teacher.
get.
This week I was at, I believe, 5th grade, and the little boy said, Mr. Arch, how old are you? And I said, I'm 84. He said, in all seriousness, were you alive when the dinosaurs were here? Do you think I was here when the dinosaurs were here?
No.
I was not. I never saw a dinosaur.
That kid must have thought dinosaurs have been around fairly recent then. That's been like millions of years.
Try 84 million years ago.
Oh man, that's funny.
I got a kick out of that.
I
He
would
got my
too.
attention, I'll tell you that.
I bet it did.
I got to remember that boy's name. But I'm glad you didn't venture a guess at my age. You might have guessed me at 95
He
or
was
100.
very respectful. He said, "I have no idea."
Attaboy, Evan.
It's a trick question, wasn't it? Well, Evan, we want you to stick around for some Albertology. But before we get to Albertology, you want to tell people how they can find Evan's plants online or a number they can call about more information?
We do not have a website yet,
Okay.
but we will. But we just don't have one right now.
Got you. And that's
We-
okay.
We might have one next year, though.
Well, that'll be great. That'll be great. What about Facebook or a phone number?
I
Not
mean,
sure.
we don't really have a business phone number.
No
Okay.
business yet.
Got you. But the business gets rolling again next season, mainly, right?
Keep on producing that hen and chicks.
Okay.
And be sure and bring plenty with you, and you'll keep on making more money.
Okay, that's all right. Evan, will stay with us for Albertology. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show here on WUAT AM 1110 and Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube. Evan of Evan's Plants is back with us here for Albertology. Evan, you're going to be wiser today, I have a feeling.
Okay, did you know? Here's the first thing. You will recognize Vince Gill's name associated with the song "Go Rest High on the Mountain."
Yeah, that's a big hit, but he's got a lot of other ones.
That is one of the most requested songs at funerals while I worked at the funeral home. But it was written after the death of his brother.
Mm-hmm.
You knew
I
that?
didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Ha ha.
He has 40 years under his belt.
Mm-hmm.
He's won the Grammy 21 times.
Gosh, that's a lot.
He's
That's
going
amazing.
to be at the football stadium at Knoxville where it holds 102,000, but I don't remember the date.
So he's going to do
But
a
he's
concert.
going to do a concert in Knoxville.
I've been to concerts there. It's fun.
102,000 capacity. Man, can
And
you believe that?
trust me, there's 102,000 people there because it was George Strait. So
Oh, really?
yes, it was packed. And Kenny Chesney.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, did you know, speaking of this squash, I've got a subject matter here called pumpkins.
Oh.
Do
the
you
squash
know
cones
that in
reminds me of one.
the state of Tennessee, in the United States, Tennessee ranks 15th in the growth of pumpkins.
No. Well, aren't we the pumpkin capital of
At
the world?
one time, we were publicized as being the pumpkin capital of the world.
I thought so. Why are we not?
I don't understand.
now.
I don't understand why we still aren't.
I don't either. That
If
was
at one time we were. Anyway, the harvest value of pumpkins in the state of Tennessee is $2.2 million.
Wow.
The average pumpkin has 500 seeds in it.
Mm-hmm.
So the people that are pumpkin growers have plenty of seeds to get out of each pumpkin
That's right.
to further produce pumpkins.
Yep.
They
That
produce
That sounds like it.
Yeah.
they produce in the United States 1 billion plus pounds every year.
Good Lord.
So
That's
you
a
can
lot.
go to any store in this town and buy a canned pumpkin and make you a pumpkin pie tonight.
Yeah. I'm sure
Pumpkin
their
pie.
sales increased quite a bit though.
Well,
during
what I'm
Halloween.
saying is you don't have to wait for the pumpkin to get ripe in the patch.
Yeah.
Most of the pumpkins that are grown are not used for food. They're used for decorations
Right.
in the fall of the year.
Right.
In the fall of the year. Okay.
It's hard to believe, but it'll be pumpkin time just in a month. You know, a
It
little
won't
over a
be-
month, it'll be
won't be
pumpkin
long.
time.
They'll start selling them this month.
Yeah.
You'll start seeing bins full of pumpkins, probably anywhere from $3 to $5.
Yeah. I'd say so.
All right. Standing Stone State Park in Overton County. I want you to listen to this now, Billy.
Okay.
This month in September, the National Roly Hole Marble Championships
Oh my
are
God.
they're held this month, and some of the nation's most talented marble players will be there playing roly hole.
He tries to convince me, Evan, that marbles is a sport, but
Okay,
to
this
me it
says
seems like a game.
they said it is a folk game.
Yes.
I'm going to give you credit. That's what they
Yes.
said it is.
I got it right, Evan.
It calls for skillful shots that you can hit the opponent's marble and knock the snot out of it. But it's going to be held in this state park in Tennessee, the Roly Hole Championship.
And when is it?
September, but I didn't get down the date.
Overton County is not that far away either.
No. Okay. These are some things that I saw on students' shirts
Uh huh.
or on the hallways in signs this week. All right.
Okay. Let's hear it.
This student had on his shirt, "Of course your opinion matters, just not to me."
Ooh, I like that one. I like that.
And then I substituted last week for Miss Mitzi in the 4th grade, and she had a plaque on the wall and it said,
Wait, who now?
Mitzi. She is
Misty.
Misty.
Yeah, I knew that.
She's Missy's daughter. Mitzi.
Yes.
Be the reason someone smiles today.
That was on her wall.
That was on her wall.
Okay. Wow,
Be
the
the
shirt
reason.
thing didn't last long. I thought it was another shirt.
I've got a bunch more.
Hey, I used to have a shirt in high school where this woman was said she had posters out everywhere. It said "Reward Lost Dog," and she had said on the dog as she was putting up the signs, the dog was on her hind end. She had squashed it. Every time I wore that shirt, I would get so many comments on that. But I
Okay.
don't know what I've done with it. I was just so at it.
Okay, you know where Mount Everest is. Are you aware of Mount Everest?
Aware of it, yes.
Ask Marilyn. Someone wrote her and said, "My wife and I realize that the summit of Mount Everest is the highest place on earth,
Oh, it is?
but we cannot envision how high it is.
We
Can you help us?" So this is what Marilyn
Oh.
answered.
Oh, Marilyn, she'll know. She'll know.
She said, "Imagine yourself on a plane in mid-flight. A common sustained altitude for your plane is 35,000 feet. You know how that looks from the window seat in a plane. If you've ever been in a plane, you're looking out
I
at
do.
35,000 feet.
I always look out. I
All
love
right.
to do
The
that.
peak of Mount Everest is 29,000 feet.
God.
So if you flew right over Mount Everest, you'd be 1 mile above the peak at 35,000.
Man,
5,280 feet is your...
no wonder people die trying to climb that.
That's how
Dang
high
it.
it is, 29,000 feet. Okay,
They can have at it. I don't want to climb nothing that bad.
the deepest part of the ocean in reverse, instead of the plane, is the Mariana Trench in the Western Pacific Ocean. And it is
Oh,
36,000 feet down.
Really?
Yeah, I knew about that, but I didn't expect it to be that deep.
It's deeper than the plane flies 35,000. That deepest part of the ocean is 36,000 feet. But in retrospect, These climbers, and 6 of them have already died this year.
I know.
They're climbing to a height of 29,000 feet.
They're crazy if you ask me. I don't know why anybody wants to do that.
I have trouble just climbing a mini cliff.
Right?
Look, I've climbed a mini cliff.
Okay, I got some football jokes.
Football jokes. Okay.
Now we're into jokes. Now we're going into the jokes.
Yeah, he just randomly goes into stuff, don't he?
Well, I'm through with Howardology.
Sometimes he forgets to tell me that he changes his mind and we're on to something else, Evan. So it's time for jokes,
I act
folks.
like I'm my own boss.
Well, let's hear some
All
football
right.
jokes then.
George Allen. George Allen was complimenting the Redskins doctor on his surgical technique. The doctor just shrugged it off. Let me tell you something, Coach, he said.
Okay.
For 5 years, I worried before operations the way you do before a game.
Yeah.
But after you've done 100 tonsil operations and 100 appendix operations, it becomes routine. After all, you always know where those parts are going to be. You know where the tonsils are.
You should.
They don't keep shifting around and fighting back like a defensive line does.
That's true. That's true.
Darrell Roy was coach at Texas. You remember that? After surveying his 6'3", 260-pound freshman tackle, Royal announced, "Jerry Oliver has the biggest hands and feet I've ever seen. We're going to x-ray his big toe. We think it has a liver in it." And then Royal said about overweight people, overweight players, "Fat people don't offend me. What offends me is losing with fat people."
He's very blunt, wasn't he?
I remember Jack Kemp, and I remember when he quit playing football and went into politics. This is true. After a terrible year as a passer, Jack Kemp quit the Bills and announced he was going to run for Congress. Remember it.
Nope.
The local columnist put it this way: Kemp threw his hat into the ring, and the way he has been going, it is sure to be intercepted.
Well, let's hear some of your jokes.
All right. I just happen to have some.
I thought you might.
Let me get to the page.
No problemo.
Okay,
We're waiting on you.
a frog goes into a bank. A frog.
Okay.
And he approaches the teller. And he can see for her nameplate that her name is Patricia Whack.
Patricia Whack.
Patricia Whack. W-H-A-C-K.
Okay.
Patricia Whack. He saw that on her nameplate.
Okay.
So he says, "Miss Whack, I'd like to get a $10,000 loan to take a holiday."
The frog.
The frog.
Okay.
Patty looks at the frog in disbelief and asks his name.
Yeah.
The frog says, "My name is Kermit Jagger. My dad is Mike Jagger. Mick Jagger.
Wait, what?
Mick Jagger. The
The rock and roll
Rock and
singer?
roll.
Jagger.
Jagger. And that it's
Rolling
okay."
Stones.
Jagger. "And it's okay. I know the bank manager too." Patty explains that he will need to secure the loan with some collateral. And the frog said, "Sure, and I have this." And he produced a tiny porcelain elephant about an inch high that was solid pink.
Okay.
Very confused, Patty Whack explains that she'll have to consult with the bank manager, and so she went back to his office.
Okay.
The frog is waiting. She finds the manager and she says, "There's a frog called Kermit Jagger out here who claims to know you and wants to borrow $10,000, and he wants to use this little elephant for collateral."
Yeah.
She holds up the tiny pink elephant and she says, I mean, what in the world is this? And the bank manager said, it's a knick-knack, paddywhack. Give the frog a loan. His old man's a rolling stone.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I had a feeling there's going to be something about a knick-knack, paddywhack. Give a dog a bone. That's good. Give a frog a loan.
Give the frog a loan.
His dad is a rolling stone. That's pretty good.
All right. These are testimonies that were collected off websites.
So these are true stories.
They were collected off websites.
Oh, wow.
Whether they're true or not, they were on a website.
Gotcha.
They've been collected. So the question is, what is your date of birth? July the 15th. What year? Every year.
That's a pretty good answer. Somebody asks you your birthday, Evan.
What gear were you in at the moment of impact? What gear were you in? Gucci sweats and Reeboks.
Oh, shoot. I can see some dummy answering a question like that, too.
How old is your son, the one living with you now? 38 or 35? I can't remember which. Well, how long has he lived with you? 45 years? 38 or 35, 45?
He has no idea, does he?
Were you present in court this morning when you were sworn in?
I can't believe people are actually saying this. These are all true, Evan. That's what makes it even funnier.
Now, Mrs. Johnson, how was your first marriage terminated? By death? And by whose death was it terminated?
You gotta be kidding me. These people are idiots.
I show you Exhibit 3 and ask you if you recognize that picture. That's me. Were you present when that picture was taken?
Of course they were. They're in the picture.
Exactly. That's why I say these people that are asking this stuff are idiots, Evan.
Yes, they are.
What was the first thing your husband said to you when he awoke that morning? He said, "Where am I, Kathy?"
Where am I?
And why did that upset you? My name is Susan.
What?
She's getting cheated on, isn't she?
That makes sense.
And where was the location of the accident? Approximately milepost 499. And where is milepost 499? Probably between milepost 498 and 500. Stupid.
Stupid. Very stupid.
Did you blow your horn or anything after the accident? Before the accident? Well, sure, I played for 10 years. I even went to school.
Not meaning that horn, are they?
I want to read this one.
Oh, what a bunch of morons.
When Trooper,
This is a trooper, okay.
when he stopped the defendant, he said, "Were your red and blue lights flashing?" Yes. Did the defendant say anything when she got out of her car? Yes, sir. What did she say? What disco am I at?
She must have been feeling pretty good. I'll go out on a limb and say she was drunk.
The youngest son, the 20-year-old, how old is he?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Was it you or your younger brother who was killed in the war? This is the last one now. Do you recall the time that you examined the body? The autopsy started around 8:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And Mrs. Dennington was dead at the time? No, he was sitting on the table wondering why I was doing an autopsy.
Oh my God. Wait a minute, he was trying to do an autopsy on somebody alive.
I've seen one autopsy. I don't want to see another one.
I wouldn't want to either, and I dang sure wouldn't want to still be alive if somebody's trying to do an autopsy on me. That's an idiot doctor right there. One more and let's wrap it up.
Okay. Doctor, before you performed the autopsy, did you check for a pulse? No. Did you check for blood pressure? No. Did you check for breathing? No. So then it is possible that the patient was alive when you began the autopsy.
Right.
No.
No.
How can you be so sure, doctor? Because his brain was sitting on my desk in a jar.
What?
There was no need to check all that, was there? Well, those were good, Pawpaw.
I like that.
And that's it for Albertology. And Evan, we want to thank you once again for coming by to see us. You'll have to come back and see us.
And for the squash.
Yeah, and Allie and Pawpaw is going to really enjoy the squash. We appreciate you coming back. You'll have to come back and see us and give us an update on Evan's plans. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
And come see Evan at the farmer's market on Saturdays. He has all his stuff there. Heck, you might get lucky and find a squash this size there. You never know, do you?
8 to 12, right?
8 to 12 on Saturdays. That's it for this edition of the Albert and Billy Show. We'll see you next time, folks.
Thank
So
you,
long.
folks.